Happy Friday, everyone. This is a video about scholarships for international students, specifically degree-seeking students. So we have our scholarship website. You can find it on the ONU website underneath the International Services information. However, I know that can be very difficult to navigate, and sometimes it's a lot of text. So I'm trying to put this also into an auditory version so that you have two different ways of processing the information. So we have 3 different scholarships offered, and you can read about them all while you're listening to this video. And they each have different due dates and requirements. So it's important to listen to everything that I talk about. So the first scholarship that I'm going to talk about is the Shu High Bar Scholarship. The Shu High Bar Scholarship is the first one that's on our website, and I think it's also the one that is the most involved. There's the more moving parts with the Shu High Bar than the other ones. So the Shu High Bar is due March 2nd. It's a Friday. And even though anyone that is a degree-seeking student, international degree-seeking student, can apply for this, I will say historically we have had not as many applications as we expected. So I really want to encourage all of you to take the time to apply for this scholarship because it's sort of just money just freely floating out there, okay? So here are the different things you need to do to apply for this Shu High Bar Scholarship. The first thing you need to do is fill out the Shu High Bar Scholarship nomination form. You will fill it out yourself. And it's just like your name and information. So you can download it on our website. If you also are reading this through the email, it should be in your email. So there are 2 different ways to get that. So you'll fill that out. That'll be your first step. The second thing that you'll need to do is to create a current resume. If you do not already have a resume, that's okay. You can go to Polar Careers and they will help you to create a resume. You can also, I guess, just Google it if you wanted, but it's always a good idea to get a professional eye on your resume. So take this opportunity to spruce it up and get ready for having an awesome resume. The third thing you're going to do is write a personal statement. And the personal statement is it's like a letter, or I guess maybe an essay, and you will answer 3 different parts in it. Make sure that your personal statement answers every single part. Don't leave a part out, okay? So the first thing that you'll answer in the personal statement is how you are involved on campus. How are you as an ONU student involved? So that could mean that you're a member of WSO. It could mean you're a member of a fraternity. You could be part of a service group, something in your college. There's lots of different ways you can get involved on campus. So you're just going to recount the different ways in which you're involved on campus. The second thing you're going to do is talk about your leadership on campus. How have you demonstrated leadership on campus? So maybe you are the secretary for an organization, or maybe you are working with your fraternity to bring about a program on campus. There's lots of different ways to do leadership. And they just want to hear about your way of doing leadership on campus. It doesn't have to mean that you are only being a leader here in my office or something like that, right? You can be a leader anywhere on campus, and that's something they're looking for. And then the third thing that you're going to talk about in your personal statement is how the scholarship would personally benefit you. So that's a really personal experience, right? That's something that is unique to you. So make sure that you are clear about how it's going to help you as a person. Okay, so once you've written your personal statement, the last thing you're going to need to get are 2 letters of recommendation from anyone who is a staff or faculty member at ONU. Now, I will put out a little disclaimer. A lot of people ask me to write the letter of recommendation, and right now I'll tell you I don't write letters of recommendation for the scholarship, not because I don't think you deserve it, or I think that you're, not a student who deserves letters of recommendation, but because I am present throughout each step of the scholarship process for the Shu High Bar. I sit on the committee. There's a committee there, and I help you guys to get all of your stuff together for it. I don't think that it's fair for me to write a letter of recommendation for a student. I don't think I can be an impartial person in that stance. So I would really prefer that you don't ask me, and instead you lean on your other resources around campus. So that could be your favorite professor. It could be somebody you've connected with, like an advisor. It could be somebody who works, I don't know, maybe in financial aid or maybe in admissions. Any of those people, but don't ask me. Okay? I will say probably my boss, LaShonda, will say the same thing. We just want to make sure that we're being as fair as possible to everyone. Okay? So, for the Shoe High Bar, that means you need a Shoe High Bar nomination form, you need your current resume, your personal statement, and 2 letters of recommendation. You'll take all of those things and you will submit them to the dean's office of your college. Don't give them to my office. You submit them to the dean's office of your college. So if you're pharmacy, dean's office in the pharmacy building, in the business building, you get the idea. After you've submitted it, the dean's office chooses 2 of the nominations to go to the committee. Now you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, they probably get so many, it's not worth it. But please remember what I just said. Competition in the past has not been especially stiff. So sometimes we don't even get 2 nominations from every college. So I really want you to think about how much of an opportunity has been missed in the past, and hopefully you won't do that in the future. Take the chance, okay? That is due, again, March 2nd, right before spring break. So you have to get all of that in before March 2nd. Okay? Awesome. So the next scholarship that I would like to talk about is the Bruce Burton International Student Involvement Award. And I'm going to read what that is because you're probably thinking you were just talking about involvement with the Shoe High Bar, right? It's a little different. So the Bruce Burton Award says that it is to show how degree-seeking international students are becoming involved on campus. The award will not be defined by quantity of involvement as much as quality, impact, and consistency. So what does that mean? That means maybe you are really involved in your fraternity or sorority, right? But you're thinking, well, I don't really do very much else on campus. That's okay. We're not looking for somebody who has spread themselves really thin and is doing everything at once. We want to make sure that you are doing something really strong and committed and consistent in one area. So maybe you're really involved in the physics department, right? And you really deep dived into what you can do as a leader in that department. That's totally okay. Okay, so don't feel like, oh, I didn't join 5 different organizations and I'm not, treasurer, president, and vice president of 3 of them. You don't have to be super involved across campus as long as the involvement that you've done is really, really good. Okay. Now, of course, if you are involved with a lot of things, that's awesome too, and you can still apply, right? So here are some of the things that they were thinking for involvement. It could be hanging out with international students and helping international students to find community on campus. It could be starting a new organization or group. It could be developing a role in a group, right? All of those things work. You will fill out the International Student Involvement Award nomination form, another nomination form, again found on the website, again will be in the email. And then you will also prepare a letter. And the letter will describe all of your activities and leadership roles on campus. Okay? So you'll probably say, I have been the president of this, or I have been the risk management position of that, or whatever it is that you've done. And explain, how that's helped you to be a better student. Okay? That one is due March 16th. So the first one is due March 2nd. This one is due March 16th. You're noticing a pattern here. They are not the same day. Please mark these days in your calendar so you don't get them confused. The Bruce Burton is the 16th, okay? And then the last scholarship, hold on a second, sorry about that. So the last scholarship that I'll be talking about is the Ohio Northern University International Course Resource Fund. This one is a little different. The Course Resource Fund is money that is given to you to help you with books, with supplies, with computers, things like that. So you can't use the money for just anything. You can't use it for tuition. You can't use it for room and board. But this is a fund that could help you to get that last little bit that sometimes can be pretty expensive, like books, right? So this year, 2 current degree-seeking students will receive this award. This one is due March 21st, so this is the latest. And again, you will be filling out a nomination form, again found on the website, again found in the email, right? But along with that, you will be writing an essay. And this year's essay, the essay changes every year. This year, the essay's topic is ONU celebrates the 50th anniversary of MLK's historic visit. Listen to his speech and describe the parts that resonate with you the most and why. The speech is linked on the website, and it's also supposed to be linked in the email that you'll be getting. So make sure that you listen. The speech is about 50 minutes long, so make sure you listen to it before you write. But then you'll be writing that essay, and you'll be turning that into admissions by March 21st. Okay? Now, if you do apply for these scholarships, awesome. I'm really excited for you. When do you get to find out if you got the scholarship, right? We are giving out the scholarship awards on Honors Day. Honors Day this year is April 10th, and we'll be doing it at 4 p.m. Multicultural Honors is at 4 p.m. in MAC activities. So make sure to clear your schedule. Even if you're not going to apply, this is a great opportunity to come and support your fellow students, okay? Now, if you're a freshman and you're thinking, I'm not really involved yet, I don't really have leadership positions yet, how can I get these scholarships? Well, you can definitely start planning for next year. Every year, we give out these scholarships, and every year, we're asking about your involvement and your leadership skills. So this is a great time to start thinking, how do I want to get involved on campus? And how do I want to be a leader on our campus? So I know people's elections are coming up this spring, thinking about if you want to have an executive position on something, looking for opportunities like joining a leadership conference or a leadership program, or asking just how you can take some more responsibility as a sophomore or a junior. So make sure that you are thinking about that this doesn't sneak up on you next year, right? And that we're all thinking about the ways in which we can make our community better. So if you have any questions, this will obviously be up on YouTube. It will be on the website, and you will have this in the email. So make sure you come on in and we'll sort it all out. Thanks. Have a great day. See you next week.